Hello Floss Tube. Welcome to my channel, Stitching is Elementary. My name is Kara Lee and this floss is Floss Tube number 11. And this is take 4. I tried yesterday to film and it was going great and I felt really good, and then my camera kept flipping off and it hadn't actually recorded anything, and it did that twice. And then we have my whole, all my kids are home visiting this weekend, but they were all gone while I was trying to film. They all had gone out to do stuff. And of course, then I emptied my phone of everything, backed everything up, and started doing it a third time, and they all came home. So I just stopped. So now it's Sunday, and everyone is gone, and hopefully they will stay gone until I finish this, and hopefully my camera will not just stop working for some reason. So anyway, I hope you are all doing well. It's been about 2 weeks and a day since my last update video. I did post a haul video, so I won't have much haul in this one. I shouldn't have any haul after the haul video, but I think I have like one thing that came yesterday. But I wanted to get this in because I also have the giveaway, and I picked the winners for that. And since they're February and March, I didn't want you to have to wait any longer. So we will do the giveaway at the end. I will announce the winners, and I have it right here in front of me so I do not forget. First, so personal stuff, not much. I've been off all week on midwinter break, which has been really awesome. I've been doing all kinds of stuff, stitching, quilting, and painting all kinds of stuff around here, trying to freshen up for spring. So I love everything to be white, like furniture and that. So I've been painting. I have some candlesticks I was repainting white, and then I'm making a new chalkboard for my kitchen. Right now we have a black chalkboard in there, and it's got a black frame around it, and I wanted it kind of vintagey and white. I had seen on Crafty Cottage Stitches, Jeanette, and she had done over Christmas, she had showed her dining room and kitchen that, and she had this beautiful vintage white frame with a chalkboard in the middle of it, and I loved it. So I think I found it on Amazon, and it was just too small. I needed a really big one. So I found a frame at Hobby Lobby that was like gold. You know how they sell those, just the frames, and they're really gold and ornate. So I got that, and I've been chalk painting that with Andy Sloan chalk paint white. And then my husband made the chalkboard, like a piece of wood to go in it, and I paint that with chalkboard paint. And it actually works a lot better than the chalkboards you buy in the store. I find they're hard to actually draw on. And what he does is, since the kids were little, we've always had a chalkboard in the kitchen, and he'll, on their birthday, he draws a special like picture and message to them, whatever they're into at that time. He kind of themes it for that. So he does that for all their birthdays. And now that they don't all live at home, well, actually none of them live at home except for Ellie, who comes home from college. But anyway, they he draws it, and then he sends them a picture on their birthday of it. So anyway, we need a pretty big chalkboard. So yeah, so I was working on that, and I go back to school tomorrow. So this morning I was doing schoolwork, trying to get ahead of things, and now I'm doing this, and then I'm going to stitch some more. Okay, so let's get on to stitching. So this is a channel about cross stitch and quilting, and I have a little bit of quilting. So I'll show the cross stitch first, and then at the end I will do a little bit of quilting. So if you aren't interested, you can just move on. All right, so first questions. I did have a little bit of questions and some comments that I wanted to go over before I forgot. So Judy had asked me if on my 25 count Lugana, because I was saying how much I love that, and I'm doing the sew by row on it, if I stitch 1/1 or 2/2. I do stitch 2/2. I had actually thought on the Lori Holt Prim series, which I have yet to start again. I had started it 1/1 because I thought I don't really have that much wall space in my house. So it would make it smaller. I did not like the 1/1. I could do it, but it wasn't fun, and I really didn't love how it looked on that one. So anyway, so I'm going to do 2/2. I love the 2/2, even though it's going to be really huge, but I like it. So yeah, 2/2 on that. She also asked me about my Creative Carol bag that I was showing, how big it was. So let me measure that here. So this bag with my Prairie Schooler January in it. So it is 13 wide, so 13 across this way, and 11.5 deep. So it's 11.5 by 13. So definitely an 8 by 8 and a 6 by 6 would fit in it. This is 11 by 8. So let's see if this fits. This is an 8x8 that I put those extenders on. That's a little, let's see. Yeah, that doesn't fit well. I mean, you could probably really shove and get it in. It's just hard to get past the zipper pulls. So it looks like it would fit, but I'm having a hard time, you know, putting that part down in. So an 8x8, 6x6 would, 11x11 probably not. So yeah, so that is, and I don't know if she has bigger ones. Some of the bag sellers on Etsy have like a couple different sizes. I can't remember if she does or not, but her bags are awesome. And that is a whip, but I haven't worked on it, so I don't have that to show you. Let's see. Oh, and then I had someone point out to me in my finish in my last update video, the snow delivery, that it really wasn't finished, and I could not believe it. So I can't remember who left me the message because I went back to try to find it in the comments and I can't find it. It's like it's gone, which I don't understand unless I'm looking on the wrong video. So some wonderful person, thank you very much whoever you are, pointed out that I did not stitch the black in the tires on my snow delivery, which I'm so glad she showed me that before I finished it. And when I read it, I was like, no. So I went and pulled it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't stitch the black. It's not on the pattern because you're supposed to do it on black, but I didn't do it on black. I did it on like a tan color, or vintage country mocha, I guess is what it is. But how could I not see that? I don't know. So anyway, yesterday when I was doing the video, I showed you because I still didn't have them stitched. And it's glaringly obvious. I can't believe I didn't see it. But anyway, now they're stitched and I finished it. So this is one of my finishes. So whoever you were, thank you. I don't think it was Robin. Robin gave me a tip on where to find some more sewing theme patterns. So she was telling me about Sue Hillis. She left a comment about her website. And I've heard of Sue Hillis and seen her stuff on other websites, but I had never gone to her website. And she has an awesome website. And yes, there are lots of awesome patterns of all kinds, but some really nice sewing theme ones. So thank you, Robin, for that suggestion. And I can't remember if it was her that told me about my snow delivery. I don't know. So whoever it was, thank you very much. But here is my finish. And now my tires are stitched in. But as I was doing this, I realized this one's up too high. The blue part in the middle is up too high. Look. So I just really messed that one up. But here it is. I like how it turned out in a little pillow. I didn't totally finish the back yet, so I did it where I cut in the middle so you see the awful stitching there. So I need to cover that up with felt and put that little pin and buttons on it. But otherwise, I like how it pretty much came out. I really should have filled it more. I was filling and filling it, and it felt like it was way too full. But now that I stitched it up, you know, they always say add more. I think I'm going to try I was using Mountain Mist like polyfill. I've heard a lot of people talk about sawdust, and my husband is a woodworker, so I asked him to save me a bunch of sawdust, and I'm going to try filling with that and seeing what I think, because that's free here, so that would be cool. Anyway, I just have to make sure it doesn't come out. I don't know if sawdust would migrate out of the fabric at all. I did read one blog where they said to put some kind of a iron-on interfacing on both sides. So if you've ever used sawdust to stuff something, let me know what you do and how you like it. But I've heard that people like it. I was just worried about the mess and the migrating out, but let me know. So that's my one finish. So snow delivery by stitching with the housewives, and that'll go out again next year because I'm already on to spring decorating wise. And then I have a quilty finish. I'll just show now instead of waiting to the end. I was digging out all my spring and Valentine's Day stuff, and I found this cute little guy. So it's just a little mini quilt wall hanging. It's a pattern I got from Shabby Fabrics, which is an online quilt store, and they kind of specialize in all kinds of seasonal patterns and quilt kits. And so like this was a monthly one where you could, every month they would send you a little mini quilt to make that was a theme of that month. So they all would have these pinwheels down here and then just a different picture up here. So they have lots of those. They go in and out of which, like this isn't, I don't think this, I think you can buy this pattern now, but I don't think it's a kit anymore, or is it a, you know, block of the month kind of club anymore. But I believe you can still get the pattern. So they just kind of keep changing. They had a wool applique and trucks. with different cute seasonal things in the back of the truck. So lots of seasonal stuff at Shabby Fabrics. So if you're into quilting at all or applique, check them out. So yeah, so I'll have to hang it. It's got little tabs here that you put a dowel rod through and hang it. So I'm trying to decide where to hang it this year. So yeah, so that is another finish, but that's it. So let's get on to whips. All right, so first, for hashtag dark 13 stitching, I'm trying to do that to finish up some of my Halloween, or get some stitches in on my Halloween one. So on January 13th, I worked on Roveris Salem 1692. It's all the witches, I don't know if it's all of them, but it's the names of the women that died in the witch trials. But I think it's so cool. I just love those silhouettes. So anyway, and I'm doing this on 16 count Aida, but it's Picture This Plus AL Aida. So I'm working on getting all the frames done, and then I'm going to go on to the girls. So I finished, hold on a sec, I had a design board to put all this on so you could see it better. Let me find what I did with it. See, I was so ready yesterday and it was going so well, and now I don't know where anything is. Well, I have this one here, but I didn't want to use that one because it's a big one. Oh wait, I know I have one more here. I've made a bunch of these Lori Holt design boards. You know, she did a YouTube video, or yeah, video a long time ago about how to make them. And I think on her new channel now she's done it. She's put it there as well. Mine aren't so great making them, like these are really old. They're starting to warp a little bit. And the one I was ironing and trying to clean up all the thread that was on it, and the batting was pulling up and stuff. But anyway, they still work. All right, so there, now you can see it better. So I finished this little frame, and I worked on this one. So that's all I did on the 13th. But I plan on working on that one probably every 13th of the month until that one's done, and then I'll pick a new Halloween one if that one gets done before Halloween. Depends on how much time. Probably in the summer I'll be able to finish it up. Or if the 13th lands on a weekend. This time it was a Saturday, but I apparently did not do a ton. So anyway, that was Halloween. And then my Sew by Row, I'm still chugging along. If you follow me on Instagram, I am Stitching is Elementary on Instagram as well. And you saw the mistake I made. So, well, here, let me show you the pattern first. Here's the pattern. It is by the Fat Quarter Shop, and Lori Holt is the designer, and the Fat Quarter Shop through It's So Emma produces it. So cute. It's a stitch along, which I don't know if they're done or they're almost done. I'm way behind. So, and I'm using, if you watched me before, you've heard the Weeks Dye Works thread pack. But if you remember my last video, I was saying how I was having a problem with the greens because the Emerald and Hunter, which are the two greens that came in the pack to use, are not very different at all. So if you look at the picture, you see there's a lot of contrast between the two greens. So I ordered from Little Stitch Shop what looked like a lighter green, and I really like it. It's Weeks Granny Smith. So I am using that with the Hunter for the green. Tomatoes and sewing machine and just everything in it. So I like that a lot better. So green problems are solved. I was gonna go with the aqua if I couldn't solve the green problem. Do 2 shades of aqua, which I really like that idea too. But I was talking to my daughter who's home this weekend. She's an art student, so I'm like, what do you think? Should I use the green or should I use the aqua? And she thought I should stick with the green. So we are sticking with the green. Sorry, I have coffee. I'm so tired. Yesterday I was not tired at all. Today I'm really tired. I'm probably like anticipating going back to work. So anyway, so here is my progress. Yeah, so anyway, back to the pink sewing machine. So Kimberly at the Fat Quarter Shop said that she was going to outline all her sewing machines first and then just go back and fill them in so she could like mindless stitching. Well, it's not really mindless stitching because I was doing it as mindless stitching, And I had filled in this whole white part. So I had done the outline, and then I was watching TV, and I was just like going along here, stitching across the rows, and I just kept going, and I went right through all the white, and so the whole entire thing was pink, and I was like, oh my gosh. Because I thought I was going to have to rip out all the pink, because it's going to be right in the middle. But I started just picking out just that middle part. I was real careful, and I was able to get out all just the pink in the middle, and the rest of it so far is okay around it. So I don't quite understand how that worked, but it did. So look at those little sewing machines. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I want to just work on this one. I love it. It's so much fun. This is the 25 count Lori Holt Cloud Lugana, and I love this. I just ordered she has black board now, so to do some of the Stitching with the Housewives ones on the black, I think I'll really like that. But now they have that snowstorm in Texas, so it's probably going to be a while, which is not important at all. So sorry to everybody in Texas. My son lives in Houston, and we were so worried about him, but luckily they had just gotten a new apartment that had a fireplace, so they were able to get some wood, so they were able to stay warm, and they're still boiling water, as far as I know, last couple days ago when I talked to him. So I just pray for everybody, and you're in my thoughts in Texas. I hope things get better soon, and I hope they fix the problem that made that happen. So anyway, back to stitching. So I fixed my pink machine, and then I did my blue, and now I'm starting on the green. I just have part of the bottom done, and I was a little bored with that, so I worked a little bit on this quilt block down here. But I love the little like buttons of the sewing machine, which are just single stitches in all the rainbow colors. And then these little spools. Really cute pattern. It's gonna look great in here when I'm done. So yeah, I would love to just work on that till it's done, but because I start so much, I have too many other things to work on to only work on that one. Especially anniversaries are hard. I'm really trying to keep up with doing one block a month, so I need to work on that one as well. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, so this is Heloise. Let me show you. Heloise Cornu 1896. It is a French reproduction sampler. Yeah, it is reproduction. And as I've said before, I just love those pink flowers. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. So I'm doing this on 40 count because it's pretty big. It is 283 by 320. 40 count is a little rough to see. I have to have my magnifier. I have to be set up in my chair really well with the light right there in my magnifier, and then it works, but it's not as relaxing as, say, the sew by row, stitching on the 25, or even my anniversaries. I heard I'm doing a 28 count linen, and I love it. It's really, I don't need a magnifier or anything to see that, obviously. So anyhow, but it's pretty, and it'll be a nice size on this one. So one thing I did get for Christmas that is helping is one of these lap frames. My daughter got it for me off of Etsy. If you're interested, I can tell you. I mean, my husband's a woodworker, so the way they made this is pretty good. I mean, I like it. It works fine, but there's some little things that don't work great that we had to fiddle with, and like the first one was broken, so they sent me a new part. But overall, I like it, and it makes it much easier. So what you do is you stick your Qsnap in here, and it's a little fiddly to get in and out unless I'm doing something wrong. But once it's in there, it's great, and you can, you know, adjust it and turn it however you want it. You can turn these two arms as well. So you see there's these little, you know, so I can turn it however you need it to be. So that is really helping with stitching on the 40 count as well. So here are the flosses. I am doing it all in the DMCs. Some purples, pinks, blues, and greens and golds. It does call for silks, I believe, but I have yet to really get into silks. I've ordered a few. I have yet to even stitch with them. So I'm just trying to put that off as long as possible because they're a lot more expensive. But here is my progress, not very much. Yesterday I was working on all these leaves right here and got those done. So I have to be really not tired, you know, really good to go, alert, to be able to stitch this one, because the 40 count is a little bit harder for me. So yeah, so I usually do that in the morning, usually on the weekends, because in the morning after I've been up for a little bit, I work on it for an hour or two. So I found that there's a lot of days where I'm like, I'm not going to pull that one out. I'm just going to pull my sew by row out or my anniversaries of heart out. But I'm never going to get it done. So what I decided was I'm going to just put a stitch in every day. If that's all I put in is a thread in. So if all I put in is one thread of floss, at least that's better than nothing. So yesterday I started, and I actually ended up putting like 3 or 4 strands of floss in, and then I was done. Today I haven't put anything in yet, so I need to finish the one that's on here, and I'll probably put in at least one more, and then that'll be it for today. So I figure if I put in at least, you know, 1 strand a day, at least I'll make a little bit of progress on it. Oh, and that is on 40 Count Weeks Beige. That's what it is. And that is in my giant project bag that I made. But it all fits in there really well. This is from the Patterns by Annie project bags. This is the biggest one that you can make. Okay, and then, so I did get a new light. I'm just noticing I dropped a bunch of floss on the floor. Because remember I told you my other light broke. So I ordered this one from the Fat Quarter Shop. Magnificent Floor and Table LED Magnifying Lamp by the Daylight Company. And it is really nice. It's only got 1 light setting, so you know, it's just, you can't adjust it at all, the setting for the light. It's just 1 brightness. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's got this gooseneck, so it, you know, you can move it all around. The magnifier's right here, and then the light's underneath it. And if you take out, these are metal poles you twist together, and if you take some of them out, you can make it like a table size lamp too. So it works very nice. I like it. It's LED. It's not hot. Yeah, it's nice. So if you need a lamp, Fat Quarter Shop. Alrighty, let's see what's next. Okay, yep. So next is my Anniversaries of the Heart. So I'm working on month pattern 2, which is Valentine Rose. So there's 12 of these, and there are a few other people doing them right now. I know there's lots of people that have already finished it. Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts was working on this all last year, and that's kind of where I saw it the first time, and I enjoyed watching her progress, and decided I want to do it. So I'm going to hopefully finish this block by the end of February. I did block 1 in January, and I'll show you that. I remembered to bring them all this time. I'm going to turn my camera to make sure it doesn't flip off. Okay, let's see. So that's pattern 2. So pattern 1 was Snow Garden. So that one's done. You'll see that in a minute. And I'm changing all the colors. I'm picking my own colors that are similar, but just a little bit brighter. Brighter and softer, I keep saying, but you'll see what I mean. Anyway, I have a large stash of floss, so I'm just picking from those. I get Victorian Motto's floss club every month, so I'm accumulating quite a bit. So I'm just picking ones that I like, that look good on my fabric, and so far I'm happy with it. So that's month 1, and here's my progress on month 1 and 2, and then I'll show you the rest of them. So here's month 1, here's month 2. I'm going to need to really stitch on this week to finish month 2, because you see I have most of the house done and the top border, but you see I still have to do everything else, and I'd like to have it done by the end of the week. So at least if I stitch on it even some during the week and all next weekend, I should be able to finish it. So yeah, I really love how it's coming out. Let me get closer because month 1 is pretty soft. It's kind of hard to see. I changed it up and put some blues in the house, and I made the little bird down there like a light blue. So let me show you my flosses. So these were all of pattern 1, January's colors, which I've gone over before in previous videos. But if you're wondering, just ask me a question, I can let you know. And then these are what I've chosen so far for month 2. And if they're like here, there's those flowers are light blue. It's hard to see. The light is weird, but these flowers right here are light blue. So I think I'm going to use the same light blue that I used in month 1. And then for the brick in the house, I am using Raspberry Parfait. And if you've watched me before, I talked about how it's pretty pink and I really like it, but I was hoping it was going to look okay, and I think it does. I like it, but I love pink more than I like red. But then for the flowers that are in here, the heart on the flowers, I was going to use some of the Raspberry Parfait, but then I was also going to use this little darker red Crisp Autumn. It's Victorian Motto Crisp Autumn. So those two look nice together. And then for the mortar, I guess, between the bricks, it is Weeks Pebble. It's like a gray brown color. And for that border, in the pattern, I think it calls for a brownie green color. I'm using the Gentle Art Green with Envy. And then I think I'm going to take this into month 3 because there's some shamrocks and stuff in month 3, and I will use that as well. So those are the flosses. Now let me go through the other patterns. So month 3 is A Wish for You. And this is like a vine with all kinds of little shamrocks on it. And it says, a wish for good health, good luck, and happiness. So I am not, this house is checkerboard like a red and a yellow or a red and a gold. I think I'm going to do it either a green, or I might even throw in some purple since it's like St. Patrick's Day. I feel like green and gold and purple look cool. I don't know, we'll see, but it's not going to be red. So we'll see what I decide on. And then pattern 4 is Pink Hill Manor, which that's better. I really like that because my birthday's in April, so I'll be stitching this one in April, and I love pink. And I would love a pink house. That's so cool. And then month 5 is really pretty. Hold on, I'm going to keep these in order. Month 5 is Farmhouse, and I love those colors. These flowers are like a plummy color, and then the house looks to me like 2 shades of blue, a lighter and a darker. Yeah, so the door looks like the darker blue, and the house looks lighter, and then the roof is like a black. Looks like the same colors as the birds. So I'll probably stick pretty close to that. I'll probably use the same 2 blues that I used in month 1. So really pretty. And then pattern 6 is Happy Birthday to You, which is good because that'll be June, and my mom's birthday's in June and their anniversary's in June. So I'll put their initials in this one. And then pattern 7 is Swan Lake. There's big pretty swans there in front of the house. And then pattern 8 is Clara Ellen. It says Dear Sister. Pretty house and flowers. And pattern 9, Moonlight Visitor. And pattern 10, of course I love because it's going to be October, and it's Pumpkin Farm. I'm really having fun picking colors for these. I hope at the end it all ends up looking good. And then pattern 11 is Evergreen Lane. Right, 11, yeah. And then pattern 12 is Elizabeth Jane. And then on the back of this one you get this bonus chart. Yeah, so that is all the anniversaries of the heart. So I figure I should be done by, I should finish the last one I think in January, is what I figured. Next January 2022, if I keep up with it all. And then by February I will be all done. Okay. So now we're going to go on to new starts. New starts and a little bit of haul and plans. So first, I had seen everybody starting this. A lot of them did it for the first of the year. But Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs, and every time I saw it I was like, oh, I really like that. So so I got it, and I got most of the threads, the call for threads. There's a few I'm missing I have to get still. But here they all, here they are, a mess. And this is just a teeny weeny start. I worked on it, I think on Valentine's Day is when I started it. It's all the normal Blackbird colors. A lot of the same colors that they call for that sewing club book. And there's my cute needle bling that I showed in my haul video, I think, from Sophia Violet Designs on Etsy. So I am doing this on not vintage country mocha, just country mocha 40 count. And this is my teeny little start. Yeah, there it is. I just started the border. Oh, it's so small, I gotta get close. Yep, that's it. That was one day's and then I put it away. So that's just, I decided, I usually start in the top left. I don't know, I really gravitate and I want to start in the top left, but I'm right-handed. So then I have to flip the whole piece around and, you know, stitch kind of upside down. So I'm going the right way. So this one I started in the top right so that I can just stitch across. Makes more sense, right? I don't know why I never thought of that. But I still find myself wanting to go to the top left for some reason. Anyway, so that's my little start on that. I'm in no hurry. I'll just work on that whenever I feel like it. And then this one is fun. So Lori Holt and Christy from Crosshatch Quilts did a floss tube together. I guess Lori or Christy went to visit Lori and they did a floss tube. So in that floss tube, and if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Lori talked about how she was going to start a stitch along on her birthday, which was February 16th, I believe. And she was going to do Heartstring Samplers Cross Stitch Nation, which I've had this one for a while, and I had just made a teeny start on the flower border up there. So I thought, oh, perfect, give me a reason to pull it back out and work on it. So I did. I changed the colors up. So the called for colors, I mean, they're beautiful there, but when I pulled them, they're just a little more muted. And I just felt like with all these girls in dresses, I just wanted to go bright. So I picked a bunch of floss colors that I'm kind of afraid to use in anything else that are pretty bright. Well, no, I use them in other things, but with kind of colors to tone them down, I'm just kind of using them all bright colors together. So I'll show you. So here are so far. Now, I don't know, as I stitch, I may change these, but for sure the red and green in the flowers are Schoolhouse Red and Bean Sprout. So in the pattern it calls for avocado, so this is a little bit brighter than that. So those two together for the border, and here's what I have done. This is on Picture This Plus Ada, because I had started this when I was still doing Ada, but I love Picture This Plus Ada. It's really soft, and this is called Bramble, I believe. Let me see, yeah. Yep, Picture This Plus Bramble. It's like a gray, a light gray taupe color. So there's my progress. And I'm really liking it. So then, for my other colors, you'll see, like for this girl is a blue and white dress, and this one is red and green, and she is like a muted green and a blue, and then this is like a limey green and a pink, and then pink and red, and then blue and dark blue and green again. So I picked for the pink and red, I picked this pink that I love so much. It's so bright. And I've started many times to pick it out for things. I'm like, no, it's just so bright. But I love it. Like, I really gravitate to the bright colors. But then I'm like, oh, do I really? I don't know. So anyway, I'm always torn. But it is Bubblegum Pink by Weeks. And for this one, I am going to use it. So for the red and pink dress, it will be like that. And then for that green and pink, it will be like that. And then for that last one that's blue and green, I actually think I'm going to do teal. This is Tempting Teal by Victoria Motto, and I'm going to do that with the green instead. And then for the blue and white dress, I'm going to do Chalk, Gentle Art Chalk, and Americana Blue by Victoria Motto. So it's a really pretty light blue. And then, ooh, that's right. No, for that one of the dresses, I was thinking I might mix in this purple. So there's two green and blue. So I think one of them I might do purple and teal instead. That is what I was thinking. But we'll see as I go along if I decide to do that. And then for the skin, I'm going to use Weeks Dye Works linen, I think. And for the guy, he has that dark blue jacket and light blue pants. So the called for color for the dark blue is Fathom. So I did pull that, and I'll probably use that. And then I'll do a light blue or a gray for his pants. I'm not sure about him yet. So yeah, so those are so far what I'm thinking. We'll see, but it's fun. It's just gonna go in my sewing room. I'll have two then for my sewing room. So they can be bright. All right, so that was fun. I would like to get to working on that one some more this week. That was really fun. And then, got this new project bag a little while ago from an Etsy seller. And I will link it below because I can't remember right now the name of her. But it's a really nice bag. Look at the inside of those little bees. So really pretty. So I was decorating my kitchen kind of for spring, and I like bee stuff, and you know how I said I want to have a bee wall in the dining room. Well, I've kind of brought some bee ray done stuff in the kitchen as well, and I have some dish towels with bees on and that. So I have a spot where I just wanted a little cross stitch on this little shelf kind of thing I have above my refrigerator. So I pulled out Country Cottage Needlework's Bee Virtues. Cute little pattern. It is only, let's see, 95 by 64. And they recommend doing on 32 count. And on that it would be 6 by 4 when stitched. But I decided to do it on 40 count because I had a leftover piece of that beige from Heloise. So this is my start on that. And I wanted it to be littler for where I want it. I just want it real small, so it's going to be nice and tiny. So my flosses for that, I don't think they're the called for. Hazelnut is going to be part of the bee skip. There's like a gold and a brownish kind of in there. So hazelnut, and then the other part will be of the bee skip will be honeycomb. And there's honeycomb in the little bees too though. So the bees will be honeycomb and onyx, I think, yeah, Weeks onyx. So those will be the bees. And then the little flowers are DMC. They are, and I don't have the numbers. They're 2 blues. I have the numbers written down in my book here, so if you're interested I can tell you, but it's kind of periwinkle blues. And then for the green, it is bean sprout again. Yeah, so little start. It's taking me longer once again because it's on 40 count, but it'll be cute when it's done. I think I'm going to make it into like a flat fold, I think they call it, so I can set it up. I have a little Ray Done honey container, and I wanted to kind of sit it next to that. So yeah, that is a new start. And I think that is all of my new start. So I am going to pause the video, and then when I come back we'll do plans and a little bit of haul and then quilting. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to make sure that sometimes when I get to about 40 minutes, that's as much as it'll record and it'll just flip off. So it's being good. I didn't want to push it. Okay, so now for plans. Well, my plan is to work on all of that. But I also wanted to start 2 more things. Well, maybe 3 here. So I always talk about them, but Jeanette at Carly at Crafty Cottage Stitches on FlossTube here, and her Instagram I think is Carly Court Cottage. She was starting a stitch along with some other people on Instagram for the potting shed. She talked about it I think in their last FlossTube video, and I just love that for spring. So it was hard to find. I finally found it from Sassy Jack's and I ordered it, but you know they got hit by a snowstorm, so it took a while, so it finally just got here yesterday. So it's by Brenda Gervais. It is done on 36 count, no 40 count. So I'm not sure. I'm still trying to decide the fabric and kit up what flosses I want to do it in. So I'll be able to show that my next one. I have a whole bunch of flosses pulled out and fabrics, and I'm just trying to decide. I ordered a 36 count, but it's really dark. I think it's straw, but it's a little too dark. I would have to really change all the flosses. So then I'm thinking I would love to do 25 count because I have white. I have another pack of Lori Holt 25 count white, but I don't really want to do it on white, I don't think. So I thought, can I dye that? But I don't know if you've ever tried to dye Lori Holt's 25 count Lugana. I think there's some synthetic fibers in it, so I'm not sure how it would take the dye, and I don't want to ruin it. So I don't know. So if you have dyed her fabric, let me know if it worked out. I might just cut a little piece off and try it and see. Anyway, so we'll see. If I could dye that like tea dye that, I would use that. Oh, but you know what? I also, in my haul video, I got that 28 count white. That's linen. I could definitely dye that. So I might do that. But I have to measure, see how big it would be on 28 count. But I don't really care if it's big, I guess. Yeah, so anyhow, we'll see. So that's a plan. Get that picked out and started. And then I was planning on starting the February cottage of the month. Every month I plan on starting this in the Wordplay, and I have yet to do it. I have April Wordplay here ready to go too. So February's almost over, but I did get all the flosses and everything for it. I just had to wait for this one to come in the mail. But now I'm kind of like, I want to wait now and do February next year, like next January, and I want to do either March or April. So here's March, which is super cute. But if I started April, I'd have more time to get it done. There's April. April's like purples. These ones I always feel like are hard to see on the camera. I don't know why. But March is like greens and, is it peach or pink? I guess it's like peachy colors. So I think it's really pretty. So I don't know. I would like to start one of those, so we'll see. And I'm thinking I'm going to do it on this tan weeks gingham. I'll just have to make sure to get more. I have quite a bit here, but I'll need more to do them all. So yeah, I would like to start that. We'll see if that happens this month or not. Some month, someday it will start. So those are my two plans. And then my only other plan really is, I got this Stitch People book a long time ago. It is really cool. You can see how big it is. It's fairly expensive, but not really for what you get. I can't show you. It's all the charts. Let me see if I can find just a picture. It's basically so you can stitch any person that you want. Like it gives you all different hair options, all different face options, all different body options, all different clothes options, like just a million different things. Yeah, I think it's all just the charts. I don't think there's any pictures, but look it up online if you're interested. And she gives you so many like instructions on how to do it. And oh, here's some pictures. Here's some families. I have a friend of mine I work with, Melanie. I don't think she watches my videos, but she has been making quite a few of these, and they come out so cute. So my daughter wanted me to stitch all her dogs, all her animals, her dogs, her cat, and her bearded dragon. So I got this hoping that would help me, and it does. It has all kinds of dogs in here to pick from to stitch, and it's even got lizards. I couldn't believe it. Lizards, and of course it's got cats. Well, yeah, I can't show you anyway because it's all just the charts, I think. Let me see. Yeah. But anyway, really cool. So if you're all interested in stitching like your family or for gifts or for wedding presents, check this book out. I think Fat Quarter Shop might be like collaborating with them now, so they might have it there as well. But yeah, it's cool. So I would like to figure out how I'm going to do the dogs and at least pick my flosses, because for some reason this makes me nervous. I'm like, oh, I don't know how I can make it look good. So that's a plan. All right, let me look, see if I got everything. Now I'm looking at my book of days. I did add some stickers, and I've been writing down all my stitching. I need to add a few more stickers. Maybe March I'll add more. But yeah, I think that is all for cross stitch. I always say that, and then when I get done, I'm like, oh, I forgot that. But I think that's it for cross stitch. So I think I will tell the winners now, because if you want to leave and you don't care about the quilting, then you'll know who you are. Okay, so last month, since I reached 500 subscribers, I was giving away the Country Cottage Needleworks samplers of the month, because I had accidentally also ordered 2 of each of these. So February and March, and they were 2 separate drawings. So you were going to just put in the word February or March, and I had random comment generator pick 2 winners. So the winners are, for February, it's Amy Upton. So congratulations, Amy. I think she's a new subscriber, so good job. So you won something, that's fun. And then for March, it's Donna B Creates. So congratulations. So if you would just email me your address, and like for Donna B Creates, your whole name, and I will send those out to you. My email is below. It's stitchingiselementary@gmail.com. If for some reason I don't answer in a couple days, email me again. Sometimes Gmail doesn't go through, but usually it does. But yeah, just if you don't hear from me, email me again. And you can always message me on Instagram too if for some reason email is not working. But yeah, get me your addresses and I will try to send those out to you this week if I get your information this week. So anyway, congratulations. Okay, so we did that. So now I'm going to get on to quilting. So if you're not interested in quilting, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we will see you later. Hope you have a great week. Okay, so now we'll get on to quilting. I don't have a lot, but a little bit. So I have been working on the Best Friends Quilt Along with Fat Quarter Shop. So it was Lori Holt and Kimberly made a quilt together using paper piecing, which I don't have them in here. Let me grab them real quick. They're right here. Let me show you. These paper piecing pads. So in this one it had the courthouse steps, the pineapple, and you just made a few of each, not a lot, and then the log cabin, and the square and a square, which I don't have that one there, but and the square and the square. So I have all my blocks done. I started sewing it all together, but I had to stop again because I had to wait for more fabric to come. So I decided I have been using a bunch of different creams, but I wanted the background to all be the same. So I was using this bee fabric, and I ran out. I just needed a little bit more to do one more square and one more rectangle for the bottom of it. So I'm just waiting. I know it's been shipped, so as soon as that gets here, I will finish these up, but I'll kind of just hold up and show you. So this is what I ran out of. I need one more of these. And let's see here. There's one that's half that size that I need one more of too. So here's like the bottom row. These are the courthouse steps. And then this is one of the middle rows. So I just sewed it all together into rows. So I will show you the whole thing once I have it all sewn together in my next update video. It should be all pieced. And then I think I'm just going to quilt it myself unless they have time on the, I rent the long arm quilt machine at my quilt shop, Tiny Stitches here in Marietta, Georgia. So if they have time on that, I'll probably go there and do it. But if not, I might just do that little wiggle stitch that I did on my Christmas one. We'll see. So that is coming along nicely. Yeah, here's what it looks like finished. So Best Friends Quilt Along. And I don't know if it's done. They were auctioning this off on eBay, but I don't even know when it was starting or when it was finishing. But you could look that up on the Fat Quarter Shop blog if you're interested. So they were auctioning off the one that Kimberly and Lori made together. Okay, so then I also put all this stuff away. Started this one, Stronger Together. It was their pattern for celebrating Black History Month, and I guess all the proceeds are going to the United Negro College Fund, I believe. And there's a cross stitch pattern too that goes with this. So I love the colors in this, but I decided to use like kind of reproduction-ish looking colors. So I did want to get 1800s reproduction fabrics, but I found some Kim Deal ones that I really, really loved. I don't think hers are technically reproduction, but they're always in that part of the quilt shop, and they look kind of darker. So I had gotten this Grace and Gratitude Fat Quarter bundle. And I really liked this moon print, I thought, for the background. So for where all this is aqua or that minty color, I was going to use it for that. So I got these big stars done. So I used the moon print for my background and this pretty brown and pink, which is another Kim Deal one. I think it's from Esther's Shirtings or something. It's not from the Grace and Gratitude, but I believe these are all Kim Deal. So I really like that. So I have all those. They're all the same. Done. And next I have to make the little pink stars. And for the pinks, I'm using these two pinks, the darker and the lighter, for both those pinks, because you see there's a darker and lighter. And then for this bright aqua blue, like, I'm using the moons, that one. And then for the green, so I have them all laying right here. Yeah, I'll grab this real quick. I have a quilt to show you too. Yeah, here is the whole background. Here's a big piece of it. Let's see. Pretty. And then for the greens, I'm either going to use this one, which I think is also another one of Kim Deal's lines, or, well actually no, I lied, that is, oh yeah, it is Esther's Heirloom Shirting. So that's what that's the one I'm leaning towards. But I also got this one, it's a little bit brighter. This is from Grace and Gratitude. It's got a little yellow in there. The lady at the quilt shop out of these two liked this one better. I liked this one better. So I bought them both and I'll decide then as I get to that point. And then for the darker aqua blue, for this one, I'm going to use this, which you can't even see, but there's a teeny little star. It's like branches with little red stars on it. So yeah, so that will go. Whoa. I didn't think this part through. Showing you all these big pieces of fabric. That one will go, you know, right next to that one. So anyway, that is the plan. So that's my new one that I'm working on now. I don't know when that'll get done, but I was almost done with the Best Friends one, so of course I had to start another one. I couldn't go to all the ones I have here that have been started and not finished. I had to start something brand new. Okay, and then a little bit of haul I got from Fig Tree and Company. I belong to their figs, little figs box of the month or whatever. So every quarterly you get a box of goodies from them. And I love these pretty fig green boxes. Here's what the cover looks like. So for this one was a spring box, and we got this cute little buttercups pattern and a little Figs and Shirtings mini charm and this cute little notebook, honeybees. So of course I love that. It's just a blank notebook. And then they give you the pattern or the directions for how to do it. We got little sewing themed band-aids. And this little cleaning kit, which I actually had one of these already from my sew sampler box. But they're awesome. If you don't have one of these, they're great for cleaning your sewing machine. And then you got all the fabrics to make this pattern. So here's all those pretty yellows and greens. Last year the spring box was, I think, a paper whites pattern, which of course I haven't even made yet. I still have it up there. But these two would be, they'd go together. They'd be really pretty. So I really need to make those. Ooh, and I didn't see this. It's a little scissor charm on like a string. Oh, so cute. I didn't see that the first time I looked in this box. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Scissor jewelry. If I had read the paper, it would have told me. So yeah, so that is my little figs box. So I think that was the last one. It's quarterly and it ends with a spring box. And then they'll probably have sign-ups again. It's fairly pricey. I think it's like, they always say like $60 to $80 per box because there's a lot of fabric in it. But it is always really, really pretty. So there's that. And then the last thing I have to show you is just a finished Valentine's Day quilt that I had hanging on my ladder. So this is a heart block pattern by Cluck Cluck. So I don't think I've showed this before. But it's just, I pulled all different red and pinks from my stash. Some fig tree, the plaid, just like all different ones. There's some Bonnie and Camille in here. So this is, it's about a lap size, I guess. And then the back has these cute little lip print on it. So yeah, so that's been hanging on my ladder. So that'll be getting put away and I'll be pulling out my spring quilts. And some of them also need binding, so I need to finish that on those as well. I'm really bad about the binding. So I think that is everything. I did the giveaway. I showed all my stuff. I believe that's it. So I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers that have been with me since the start, and all my new, I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, so it's really fun. So thank you to everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy, and I will see you in another couple weeks. Bye.